All right, I guess not. All right. Balance evenly on your sits bones. Release the inner thighs. Draw from the outer knees to the outer hips. Lift up through your side ribs. Bring the front bottom ribs towards the back body. Lengthen through the inner arms, upper inner arms, from the armpits through the inner elbows. Soften all your facial features. Begin to notice how the breath is flowing. It's touching the front body, the side bodies, the back body. Then begin to adjust, to expand the breath, to touch the front, back, and sides of the body. Notice the effects on the mind when you adjust ever so slightly the breath to touch the front, back, and sides of the body. Bring the palms together at your heart, rest your eyes into your cheekbones. Still ever so slightly adjusting the breath so it touches the front, back, and sides of the body. And let's chant the syllable Om 3 times together. Exhaling completely, deep inhalation. Om. 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 Lifting your sternum towards the ceiling, lower your chin towards your heart. Release your hands onto your thighs with your palms up. With your eyes closed, raise your head. From the back of your head, gently let your eyelids open. Straighten your legs. If you feel hidden there, Veronica, there's plenty of room. You can even move it in between if you want to, because yeah, there's plenty of room, so that's fine. More than 6 feet distance. Balance evenly on your sits bones. Lengthen the inner legs. All right, lengthen the inner thighs. Descend the flesh of the inner thighs, hands by your hips. It can be fingertips too. Draw from your outer knees to your outer hips. Compact the hips together. Now do press the thighs down, but instead of pressing the knees down, I want you to open the backs of the knees by taking the top of the calf towards your heels and the bottom of the hamstring towards your buttocks. So you're trying to not push the knee down, but behind the leg, you're trying to make more space between the top of the calf and the bottom of the hamstring. Now, as you go to straighten your arms, press into the floor, lengthen the arms, keep the front bottom ribs in. And for those that, not everyone will get straight arms, don't let your shoulders come up. But for those whose arms are becoming straight, I want you to lengthen the space between the lower arm and the upper arm. So I'm not asking you to shove your elbows in. I'm asking you to create more space in the inner elbow. And then see if you can spread your awareness to do the arms and legs simultaneously. So creating more space on the back of the knee, what we sometimes call the eyes of the knee. And more space on that inner elbow, the eyes of the elbows. Separate your legs. Make sure your feet are on the same line, thigh bones down. Your choice whether you want to be on a lift or on the floor. Lengthen through the inner legs. Descend the flesh of the inner thighs, draw from the outer knees to the outer hips, compact the hips together. None of that is new to anybody. Keep your shoulders over your hips so that you're not leaning forward or back. See that you're not scooping in the lower back, and see that you're not pushing your front bottom ribs forward. The kneecaps and toes point up. And then while maintaining that, take the top of the calf towards the heel, the bottom of the hamstring towards the buttocks, and open the backs of the knees, the eyes of the knees. And then as you push your hands to straighten your arms, open the eyes of the elbows. So it's not that you're drawing your elbows, the outer elbows in, it's that you're making more length in the inner elbow. The words making sense? Take your hands on the inside of your legs, pull to come up, take your feet together. Press the heels, lengthen through the inner legs, descend the flesh of the inner thighs, draw from your outer knees to your outer hips. You can, if you're on the floor and you want your hands around your feet, you can do that, or take your hands behind you. It's fine if you want the hands around your feet. Otherwise, not behind you, but next to you by your hips. They can be a little behind you if you want, that's fine. Press the heels, lengthen the inner legs, draw from the outer knees to the outer hips. Now, whether your hands are on the floor or around your feet, lengthen the inner elbows. not by just pulling the outer elbows in. So you're just pulling the outer elbows in, Veronica. So be careful with that. And instead lengthen this area here. Yeah. Now you just overdid it. You had it and then you overdid it. You have to find that place, especially, some people, I'm in the category where my arms don't really straighten. So I work hard to get my arms straight. Other people are in the category where their arms go beyond straight. So if your arms go beyond straight, you have to actually be more conscious of the work you're doing here, where you don't just pull your elbows towards each other, which is an instruction we give in yoga, downward facing dog, squeeze your elbows towards each other. I've been given that instruction, and for me, it actually is an appropriate one, but in actuality, it only works for half the class, to give or take, depending on who's in the class on any given day. So instead, can you lengthen the inner elbow? Take your hands on the outside of your knees. Push your legs together. Hold behind one knee. Draw the flesh towards the buttocks. As you draw the flesh towards the buttocks, you're moving the hamstring towards your buttocks. At the same time as you straighten your leg, take your calf towards your heel. Other leg. So use your hands. Draw the hamstring towards the buttocks, but at the same time, don't just drag the heel, but from the top of the calf, extend towards the heel. And back to Dandasana. Open up the backs of the knees. Open up the eyes of the elbows. Of course, lengthening through the inner legs, pressing the thighs down, drawing from the outer knees to the outer hips. And release. Come to standing. Tadasana. So even here in the legs, balance evenly on your feet. This is not a huge hamstring stretch, but we still look to open the eyes of the knees, the back of the knees, by taking the top of the calf down towards the heels and the bottom of the hamstrings up towards the buttocks. If you feel your knees jamming back, it's really a reprogramming of your brain. You have to go, stop, don't push my knees back. Those of you that bring your shin bones forward can bring your shin bones forward. That's fine, shin bones forward, thighs back. But can you work more subtly? We feel the pressing of the knee back, which is why we want it, because we want to feel something big. And what we're looking for is something much more subtle. So if you're feeling something big, it's not it. Go for the subtle. And take the top of the calf down and the bottom of the hamstring up. Lift through the side ribs. Now the arms. Lengthen right here in this elbow. Everyone see? I'm going to go to the camera for people at home right here. This part of the elbow, lengthen it. Everyone here, right here. Make more length there on both sides. Notice which arm goes first. Space in your armpits. But be careful for overdoing it. So that was the part of the elbow that if you're holding your arms like this, that part of the elbow is closer to the outer walls or away from your body. Now lengthen the part of the elbow that is closer to your body, right? From the forearm to the upper arm. Make the space between the forearm and the upper arm longer. The part of the elbow that's closer to your body. Again, we are not squeezing the elbows towards each other. We're simply lengthening the inner elbows. That's it, Veronica. Just find that sweet spot and notice when you go beyond it and then come back. This is really work of the mind we're doing right now. Now, that part of the elbow that's further from your body, the part of the elbow that's closer to your body, lengthen them both. So it's like 4 strands, two on each arm. Lengthening, 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 lengthening. And some of you will begin to notice differences in your shoulders as you do this work in the elbows. Watch going over, Veronica. As soon as your mind wanders, there's a good chance you'll go to your default, which is either bending the elbows or over straightening the elbows. So we have to keep the mind focused here. Take your arms out to the sides, rotate the arms up. Keep that extension, those 2 sides of the elbow on each arm. Push the arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. And here now, can you open the elbows? Not just squeezing the elbows towards each other, but opening the inner elbow, creating more space on those 4 points that I spoke about. So it's the inside of the inner elbow and the outside of the inner elbow on both elbows. And if the words don't make sense, you get confused, you let me know. And the forearm, so the forearm side is going towards the hand, the upper arm side is going back towards the shoulder, right? Drawing the shoulder back to the shoulder bone. You've heard that before. Turn your hands out to the sides, come down. Only because I'm in a good mood, I'm giving your arms a rest. So that's the knees and the elbows. Well, we have the armpits too. So take your arms out to the sides, rotate the arms up, take your arms up. Now, just like in the elbow, we spoke about the part that's closer to the body, further away, the armpit, the part that's closer to the body, the part that's further away from the body. Can you make your armpit longer? The inner armpit, the part of the armpit that's closer to your body and the part of the armpit that's further away from your body. On both arms. For some of you, the front bottom ribs will go forward here, so you have to draw the front bottom ribs towards the back body. And then open the armpits. Make the armpits longer. Turn the triceps towards your nose. Don't let the arms turn out. We're creating space. We're opening. Turn your hands out to the sides. Exhale, come down. Take your arms out to the sides. Rotate the arms up. From your armpits, push the arms up. So open the armpits, lengthen the armpits, and lengthen the inner elbows. The shoulders do move down. So the shoulders away from your ears, but can you make your armpits themselves longer? And can you make the inner elbows themselves longer? Extend through the fingers. And can you keep your awareness on the arms as you go back to the legs and open the eyes of the knees? Turn your hands out to the sides. Exhale, come down. Tadasana. Open the eyes of the knees. Open the eyes of the elbows. Interlace your fingers together. Turn your palms out. Inhale, take your arms up. Balance evenly on your feet. Thighs back. Lengthen the inner thighs. Lift from the outer knees to the outer hips. Open the eyes of the knees. Top of the calf down. Bottom of the hamstrings up. Open the armpits. The part of the armpits that's closer to your body. The part of the armpit that's further away from your body. Lengthen both sides. Some of you will notice it immediately affects the breath. Open the eyes of the elbows, not by just pulling your elbows towards each other, though they may go towards each other, but by making that space in the inner elbow longer. When the forearm goes towards the wrist, the upper arms go back towards the shoulders as the shoulders go down. Release your arms out to the sides. Exhale, come down. Open the eyes of the elbows, open the eyes of the knees. Interlace your fingers together the opposite way. Turn your palms out. Ribs in, front, bottom, ribs back. Inhale, come up. Thighs go back, ribs go in as the arms go up. Open the eyes of the knees. Open the armpits. The part that's closer to your body, the part that's further away from your body. Open the eyes of the elbows. Forearm towards your wrists. Upper arm muscles towards your shoulders. Release your arms out to the sides. Come down. Tadasana. Open the eyes of the knees. Open the eyes of the elbows. Balance evenly on the feet. Still lengthening through the inner thighs, lifting from the outer knees to the outer hips. Open the eyes of the knees. Open the eyes of the elbows. Lie back on your mat. Take a strap. Bend your right leg into your chest. Put your strap around the foot wheel. The heel meets the arch. Straighten your leg and keep your arms nice and straight. So not the one where you're resting your upper arms on the floor, because we've been working with straight arms. We're going to continue that. So the arms are straight. The shoulder bones move down towards the floor, but the arms themselves are straight. Keep the lower back on the floor. Keep that right buttock on the floor. Press the right thigh bone back. Left leg is bent right now. Right thigh bone back. Open the eye of the knee, the right knee. First, lengthening through the inner thigh, drawing from the outer knee to the outer hip, extending through the ball of the big toe, opening the eye of the knee. So the calf goes towards the heel, or really the top of the calf goes towards the heel, the bottom of the hamstring. Right now, the bottom of the hamstring is closer to the ceiling. The bottom of the hamstring moves towards the buttocks. Now, while maintaining this action of the legs, open the eyes of the elbows. The outer shoulder bones move down, and can you make more space on the inner elbow, the part that's closer to your body and the part that's further away from your body? By the body, I mean torso. Obviously, your arm is your body. And of course, pausing to notice the effects of that. Why are we doing this? What effect does that have on your body? Bend your legs, switch legs. Again, arms are straight, left buttock down. Open the eyes of the knee. The eyes at the back of the knee, the eye at the back of the knee. Lengthen through the inner thigh, draw from the outer knee to the outer hip, push through the ball of the big toe. The thigh bone moves back. And take the top of the calf towards the heel, the bottom of the hamstring towards the buttocks. Maintain that as you extend the arms, opening the inner elbows, the eyes of the elbows. And the forearm still extending towards the hand, the upper arm drawing back towards the shoulders. So it's not that we're either pushing with the arm or pulling with the arm. The forearm we're actually pushing, the upper arm we're pulling back. And when you do that, it's a quite different experience. Bend your legs, switch legs. Right leg up. So arms are straight, right leg is straight as best as you can get it. Right buttock down, open the eye of the knee. Lengthen the inner thigh, press the thigh bone back, lengthen the inner thigh, draw from the outer knee to the outer hip. Open the eye of the knee. That means the calf towards the heel, top of the calf towards the heel, bottom of the hamstring towards the buttocks. Drag your right heel, left heel on the floor, straighten your left leg. And open the eye of the knee of the left leg. The thigh bone goes down, don't jam the knee down, instead open the back of the knee. So two straight legs now, open the eyes of the knees. The calves towards the heel, the hamstring towards the buttocks. We're working more subtly. If you feel that big action of the knees moving back, that's not what we're looking for today. We're looking for something much more subtle. We're looking for a gentle and slow opening. Open the eyes of the elbows. Extend the forearms. The part of the forearm that's close to the elbow, extend towards the hand. The upper arm draw back towards the shoulder, draw the shoulders down. No death grips on the strap. Switch legs. Start with your right leg bent, left leg up. Open the eye of the left knee. The left thigh bone presses back. Lengthen through the inner thigh, draw from the outer knee to the outer hip. Open the eye of the knee. The calf towards the heel. Hamstring towards the buttocks. Soft hands, soft shoulders. Drag the right heel on the floor, straighten the right leg. Now both thighs pressing back, lengthening the inner thighs, drawn from the outer knees to the outer hips, and open the backs of the knees, open the eyes of the knees. On both legs, the calf towards the heel, top of the calf towards the heel, bottom of the hamstring towards the buttocks. And maintaining that, add the eyes, open the eyes of the elbow. The forearm, extend towards the hand, the upper arm draws back towards the shoulders, shoulders down. Again, you're not just pulling your elbows in or pulling the outer elbows in. You're opening the inner elbows. And bend your leg. Put the strap to the side, feet on the floor. Interlock your thumbs overhead, extend your arms overhead. So straight arms, straight legs. Feet are together, heels together, toes point straight up at the ceiling. So yes, we lengthen through the thigh bones down, we lengthen through the inner legs, draw from the outer knees to the outer hips. The heels stay down, the heels press down. Keeping the heels down, open the eyes of the knees. Calf extending towards the heel, bottom of the hamstring, drawing towards the buttocks. It's subtle. Especially when the body is in a straight line like this, right? This is like Tadasana. When the body's in a straight line, it's more subtle because it's not a hamstring stretch. So we're just looking at that opening of the eye of the knee. Now we'll lengthen through the side ribs and now open the armpits. the part of the armpits that's closer to your torso, and the part of the armpit that's further away from your torso on both sides. Open. And now open the eyes of the elbow. Again, the part that's, in this case, closer to your head, the part that's further away from your head. Open the eyes of the elbows. Knees, armpits, elbows. Open. Spread your awareness. And release and relax. Let your arms go, let your legs go. Arms up by your sides. Breathe into your shoulders, breathe into your hips. Interlocking your thumbs together the opposite way. Feet together, heels together, toes straight up at the ceiling. Feet are together, toes straight up, little toe moves back towards you. So lengthen through the inner arms, lengthen through the inner legs. Draw from the outer knees to the outer hips, draw from the outer elbows to the shoulders. But now let's refine. Open the eyes of the knees. The top of the calves move towards the heels, the bottom of the hamstring moves towards the buttocks. Keep your front bottom ribs towards the back body as you lengthen through the side ribs. Open the armpits. Make the length of that armpit, the part of the armpit that's closer to the head, the part of the armpit that's further away, lengthen those areas. And then open the eyes of the elbows. Lengthen those areas. And release and relax. Arms out by your sides, palms up, let your legs go, breathe into your shoulders, breathe into your hips. Interlock your thumbs, extend your arms overhead. Bend your legs into your chest this time. So now you're back to the first one. So open the armpits. Open the inner elbows. So the forearm is extending towards the hand. The upper arms are drawing back towards the shoulder. Flex your toes, draw your abdomen down towards the spine, straighten your legs towards the ceiling. Abdomen down, lower back down. Legs are up. If you need to take them down, you can take them down. I'm just coming out to watch. Open the eyes of the knees, open the eyes of the elbows, open the armpits. If there's any confusion about what that really means, let me know. Hopefully by now you understand what that means. Bend your legs, place your feet on the floor. Change the interlock of your thumbs. Open the elbows, open the armpits. Forearms towards your hands, upper arms back towards your shoulders. Bend your legs into your chest, flex your toes. Keep the arms, open the armpits, open the elbows. Iron your abdomen to your spine, straighten your legs. Open the eyes of the knees. Abdomen down, lower back down. Open the eyes of the knees, open the eyes of the elbows, open the eyes of the armpits. Eyes of the armpit, open the armpits. Eyes everywhere. Open the armpits. They could be eyes of the armpits. When your mind wanders or you get tired, notice your default. What gives? Bend your legs, straighten your legs on the floor, release and relax. Arms up by your sides, let go. Breathe into your shoulders, breathe into your hips. Extend out your arms overhead, arms facing each other, palms facing each other. So lying back, palms facing each other, feet are together, toes straight up at the ceiling, little toe moves back towards you. Palms face each other, open the eyes of the knees, open the eyes of the elbows, open the armpits. And notice the effects of these actions. What are the effects when you open the knees? Not pushing the knees down, but opening the backs of the knees. Hamstring towards your buttocks, calves towards your heels. What are the effects when the palms don't have to touch each other? Have the palms separate. Open the eyes of the elbows, the forearm extending towards the hand, the upper arms drawing back towards the shoulders. But even as the upper arms draw back towards the shoulders, you're not closing the armpit, you're opening the armpit. You're making more space on that, the armpit that's closer to your ears and the part of the armpit that's further away from your ears. And release and relax. Arms up by your sides, palms up. Let your legs go. Breathe into your shoulders, breathe into your hips. Bend your legs, roll to the side, come up onto your hands and knees. If you want a chair for downward facing dog or the blocks, use what you need. So the arms are straight here. So open the eyes of the elbows. So the forearm moving towards the hand, press through the balls of the first finger and thumbs. With the upper arm, the biceps and triceps, squeeze the bone. They draw back towards the shoulder. Turn your toes under, straighten your legs. Inhale, lengthen through the arms. Exhale, come into downward facing dog. Press the thighs back. Lengthen through the arms, lengthen through the legs. Now do keep the front bottom ribs towards the back body. Don't let the front bottom ribs drop. Push into the floor. Now, as you press the thighs back, open the eyes of the knees. So the top of the calf moves towards the heel moves towards the floor. The bottom of the hamstring moves up towards the buttocks. Open the eyes of the elbows. The forearm moves towards the hand. The upper arms draw back towards the shoulder. The eyes of the elbows open. And now open those armpits. You can create more space. That inner and outer armpit, the part that's close to your torso, the part that's further away from your torso, lengthen it. What are the effects of these actions? Look up, walk your feet forward, come into a forward bend. Hold your elbows. Open the eyes of the knees. If your legs aren't straight, take them further apart. Uttanasana. Now let your arms go. Some of you will be able to get your fingertips or your hands on the floor. Otherwise, if not, take hold of your ankles or your calves, wherever they happen to go is fine. Still open the eyes of the knees, and now open the eyes of the elbows. And you, as you do that, you can first extend your chest forward, open the eyes of the elbows, and then you can begin to bend your elbows out to the sides, either holding your ankles or hands on the floor, and then come down further. And then straighten the elbows once again, open the eyes of the elbows, open the eyes of the knees. Plant your hands in front of you on the floor. You might need to bend your knees to do that. That's fine. Walk your feet back, come back into downward facing dog. Immediately press the thighs back, yes. But now open the eyes of the elbows, open the eyes of the knees. Open the armpits. Keep the front bottom ribs towards the back body. Don't drop those towards the ground. Soft jaw, soft face. Don't just draw the elbows towards each other, but open the inner elbows. Open the eyes of the elbows. It's a different action. Don't just push the knees back. Open the eyes of the knees, the backs of the knees. Open the armpits. Look up, walk your feet forward. Sweep your arms back. Extend your chest forward, thighs back, arms back, chest forward. Inhale, come up, Tadasana. Open the eyes of the knees, open the eyes of the elbows. Take your arms up to the sides, drop your shoulders, rotate your arms up. Watch those ribs, keep the front bottom ribs back, palms up. From your armpits, push your arms up. Open the eyes of the knees, open the armpits, inner and outer armpits. Open the eyes of the elbows. The forearm moves towards the hand, upper arm moves towards the shoulders. Turn your hands out to the sides. Exhale, come down. Hold your elbows behind you. If you can't reach your elbows, hold your forearms or hold your wrists. Push the forearms into your body without pushing the ribs forward. So the front ribs move back, but the forearms push into your body. And some of you will feel that in your armpit chest. Feel an opening there. If you don't, that's okay. Do the actions anyway. And release and cross your forearms the opposite way. Again, holding your elbows or your forearms or your hands. Open the eyes of the knees, press the thighs back. Front bottom ribs towards the back body as you push the forearms into the body. And release. Tadasana. Open the eyes of the knees, open the eyes of the elbows. Extend your right arm up. Rotate the palm so it faces the back. And then take your hand between your shoulder blades. Notice if your front ribs went forward, they did. Draw them back. Take your left hand across and draw your triceps towards your nose. And then open the armpit, the part of the armpit that's closer to the torso, the part of the armpit that's further away from the torso. Make that longer. You can use your left hand to help. And then at some point, release the left hand, but continue to make the armpit itself longer. More and more as time goes on. It's not one big, oh, there it is and I'm done. Can you actually work more slowly to go further? And the upper arm is still drawing back towards the shoulder. And release the arm up, arm out to the side. Tadasana. Open the eyes of the knees, open the eyes of the elbows. Left arm up, rotate it to face the back. Take your hand between your shoulder blades. Take your right arm, take your tricep towards your nose, open the armpit. So it's not just that you're pushing your elbow up or you're pushing the elbow back. I'm not talking about the elbow or where it goes. I'm simply saying open the inner armpit and the outer armpit, the part that's closer to your torso, your face, the part that's further away. Open it. And then at some point, release the arm down, but continue the opening. It's not, well, I'm going to get as far as I can and stop. It's better to go more slowly, millimeter by millimeter, and open more and more as time goes on. And take the top arm up, turn it to the side, come down, open the eyes of the knees, open the eyes of the elbows. Take your left hand out to the side, turn it to face the back, bend the elbow, and then it's going to come up behind your back. Some of you might have it down here. You can use your right hand to help prop it up. And wherever it goes, if it's between your shoulder blades and you know your hand's going to touch, that's fine. Otherwise, you just take hold of your shirt and that's fine. And you take your right hand up, rotate it to face the back. Again, if they touch, that's fine. Otherwise, holding the back of your shirt is also completely fine. Sometimes we'll use a strap. In the top arm, turn the tricep towards your nose and open the armpit. I'm not saying push the elbow up or back. That was another week we did that one. Today, can you simply make the armpit longer and see what the effects are of that? What happens when you make both the inner armpit and the outer armpit longer? Chin parallel to the floor. On the lower arm, the upper arm turns in. And there's an extension from the center of the sternum over the shoulder towards the elbow. And release. Extend that top arm up, arms out to the sides, and then arms down. Open the eyes of the knees, open the eyes of the elbows. Take your right arm out to the side, turn the palm to face the back, bend the elbow, take it up your back, either between your shoulder blades or holding onto your shirt. The right arm up, rotate it to face the back, either hold your fingers together or both hands holding the shirt. Totally fine. The top arm, take the tricep towards your nose. Don't worry about the elbow, open the armpit. We're working differently today. You can notice where the elbow goes when you open your armpit. That's fine. You can also notice where your ribs go when you open the armpit and keep your ribs towards the back body. The lower arm, turn the upper arm in, extend from the center of the sternum over the shoulder down through the elbow. And then take your top arm up, arms out to the sides, arms down. Open the eyes of the elbows, open the eyes of the knees. Arms out to the sides. Rotate the arms up. Open the eyes of the knees, open the eyes of the elbows. From the armpits, push the arms up. Now open the eyes of the knees, open the eyes of the elbows, and open the armpits themselves. The top of the calf goes towards the heels. The bottom of the hamstring goes towards the buttocks. The forearm moves towards the hand. The upper arm moves towards the shoulder. The armpit opens. Turn your hands out to the sides. Exhale, come down. Fingertips up. Bend your legs. Jump or step your feet apart. Turn your left foot in, turn your right leg out. Utthita Trikonasana. Press into the back heel. Turn the front thigh out. Open the eyes of the knees. Not by pushing the knees back. Pay attention to the backs of the legs, not the front of the legs. Open the eyes of the elbows. Inhale. Exhale, come down. Open the eyes of the knees. Pay attention to the backs of the legs, not the front. For today, there's a lot to do in the front of the legs too, I know. Yes, you can lift the outer knees to the outer hips. Open the eyes of the elbows. The forearms move towards the hand. The upper arms move towards the shoulders on both arms. The calves move towards the heels. The hamstring moves towards the buttocks on both legs. And spread the awareness to each of your limbs. Pull yourself up. Parallel your feet, hands on hips. Take a breath. Extend the arms, right foot in, left leg out. Open the eyes of the knees. Open the eyes of the elbows. Inhale. Exhale, come down. Yes, lift from the outer knees to the outer hips. But now pay attention to the back of the legs. Calves towards the heels. Hamstring towards the buttocks. Top of the calf towards the heels. Press the ball of the big toe, Leanne. You're tweaking your ankle. Tweak's an ancient Sanskrit word. And the bottom of the hamstring towards the buttocks. The forearms extending towards the hand. The upper arms coming back towards the shoulders as you open the eyes of the elbows. Do you feel the difference in your foot? Yeah, it's much better. You can see the difference. Pull yourself up and up. Parallel your feet. Jump or step your feet together. So you can see the energy, because really yoga is a practice of energy. The energy is going in all different directions. Out, back in. It's not that everything is going out or drawing everything in. It's going in multiple directions at the same time. We're beginning to control how the energy flows in our body. Take a couple blocks, put one on either side of your mat. Towards the back of your mat. Utthita Parjo Konasana. Fingertips up, bend your legs, jump or step. Feet wide, feet underneath your hands as your arms are extended. Even here, open the eyes of the knees. It's a little different because your legs are at an angle, but there's still the idea that the calf is moving towards the heel, the hamstring is moving up towards the buttocks without jamming your knees back. Open the eyes of the elbows. Turn your left foot in, turn your right leg out, front heel in line with your back arch. Open the eyes of the knees, calves towards the buttocks, hamstrings, calves towards the heels, hamstrings towards the buttocks. It is still outer knees to outer hips. Inhale, exhale, bend the leg. Take your hand on the block, move the block towards your heel. Just take your hand, the top hand on your hip for a moment, just to get yourself established here. Do take the back thigh back, press into the outer rim of the back heel. The knee in line with your hip, opening up the pelvic area, opening up the inner groins. Now on that back leg, the calf goes towards the heel, the hamstring goes towards the buttocks as you draw from the outer knee to the outer hip. Rotate the torso, head back. Now extend the arm up, rotate the arm, and extend that arm overhead. Now open the eye of the elbow, open the armpit, The forearm moves towards the hand. The upper arm draws back towards the shoulder. But even as the upper arm draws back, the armpit is still opening. Open the eye on this side of the body, opening the eye of the knee, the eye of the elbow, and the armpit. And if you can spread the awareness, your bottom arm is straight. Open the eye of the bottom elbow as well, without giving up the left side of the body. Open the right elbow, the eye of the elbow. The forearm towards the wrist, the upper arm towards the shoulder. Spread the awareness. Bob, have your hand come straight off of your arm, not flinching back like, there you go. It's just a habit. I used to have that as well. So you just had to bring some awareness to that, because it changes the flow of energy when the hand's like that. Reach through your arm, pull yourself up and out. Parallel your feet. Take your hands on your hips, take a breath. Extend the arms. Right foot and left leg out. Front heel in line with your back arch. Open the eyes of the knees. Calves towards your heels, hamstring towards the buttocks. Yes, draw from the outer knees to the outer hips. Inhale, exhale, bend the leg. Take your hand on the block, move the block to your heel, take your top hand on your hip. So get the pose. The right thigh goes back, press into the outer rim of the back heel. That knee in line with your hip, open the groins, draw the outer knees towards the outer hips. Now open that eye of the back knee without just jamming the knee back. So the calf towards the heel, hamstring towards the buttocks, outer knee to outer hip still there. Rotate the torso, head back. Now extend the arm up, rotate the arm, extend the arm overhead. Maintain the opening of the eye of the knee. Now open the eye of the elbow and open the armpit. The forearm moves towards the hand. The upper arm moves towards the shoulder. But even as the upper arm moves towards the shoulder, open that armpit, make the armpit longer. Now maintain that and add the lower arm, forearm towards the wrist, upper arm towards the shoulder, open the eye of the elbow with the lower arm while maintaining all the work on the right side of the body. And taking a moment now and observing your experience. Reach through that arm, pull yourself up and out. Parallel your feet, jump or step your feet together. Tadasana. Open the eyes of the knees, open the eyes of the elbows. Arms out to the side, rotate the arms up. Inhale, come up, Urdhva Hastasana. Open the eyes of the knees, open the eyes of the elbows, open the armpits. Calves towards your heels, hamstrings towards your buttocks, forearms towards your hands, upper arms towards your shoulders. Turn your hands out to the sides, exhale, come down, Tadasana. Open the eyes of the knees, open the eyes of the elbows. And release. Let's take a chair. Back of the chair facing the front of the room. And have a seat in the chair with your right side towards the back of the chair. So turn the chair around the end. Arms forward, arms up. Lengthen the groins. Descend the groins. Inhale. On your exhalation, begin to turn towards the chair. Hold the sides of the chair, elbows out to the sides. So we're not opening the elbows. We're not opening the armpits. We're not opening the knees, but we are twisting. Lift up through the side ribs. Lengthen. Shoulders down. Inhale. Exhale. Turn. Keep your chin in line with your sternum. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, turning. the pace of your breath. Elbows up, shoulders down. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, turning. Inhale on your exhalation, come to center. Maintain the lift though. Don't collapse as you come to center. Turn around. Arms forward, arms up. Front bottom ribs towards the back body. Lengthen the groins, descend the groins. Inhale, maintain the lift. Exhale, take hold of the back of the chair. Elbows up, shoulders down. No tight fists on the chair. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, turning. The pace of your breath. The chin in line with your sternum. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, turning. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, turning. Maintain the lift. Inhale. Exhale, come to center. Turn around on the chair. Arms forward, arms up. Release the groins. Lengthen the torso. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, turn. Arms up. Taking hold of the back of the chair. Elbows up, shoulders down. First, chin in line with sternum. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, turning. The pace of your breath. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, turning. The lift is more important than the turn. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, turning. Now look over your left shoulder. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, turning. And then at the very end, you can turn the neck over your right shoulder. Turn the head over your right shoulder. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, turning. Turn around. Arms forward, arms up. Release the groins. Inhale, lift. Exhale, take hold of the back of the chair. Elbows up, shoulders down. Chin in line with your sternum to start. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, turning. Elbows out to the side body. That's it. Expands the chest and the back. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, turning. Pace of your breath. Now turn to gaze over your right shoulder. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, turning. And then at the very end, you can turn your head to gaze over your left shoulder. Lifting, exhale, turning, coming back to center. Come on up. Move the chair. One last downward facing dog. You can use the chair or the blocks if you need. Extend through the arms. Turn your toes under, straighten your legs. Inhale. Exhale, come into the pose. Thighs back, chest towards your thighs. And without doing too much in terms of the opening, the eyes, the knees, the elbows, and armpits, notice where they are. Notice what their new default is in this moment. Are they more open? Is there more space? Where is the energy flowing? What memory is in the cells of the body? New memory. And then bend your knees, touch your knees to the floor, precisely the same moment. Take your feet together, knees apart. Extend your arms forward, rest your skull either on the floor, or for some that floor is going to be far, or you'll need to take your sit bones up. In that case, keep your sit bones on your heels and rest your forehead on a lift. Check in with yourself here. When you feel ready, take your hands underneath your shoulders, push to come up, and lie back. Set yourself up for Shavasana. You can bend your legs into your chest for a moment. Give yourself a nice hug. Say something kind to yourself here. Say something loving to yourself. On an inhalation, take your feet to the floor. Straighten your legs one at a time. Let your legs go. Take your arms out to the sides and let go. We've done a lot of work today. Let the legs completely go. And we did really a lot of work in the arms today, in these joints. Let the arms completely go. Let them completely surrender, the arms and legs surrendering to the Mother Earth below you. Let the torso let go and surrender to the Mother Earth below you. Let the skull surrender to the Mother Earth below you. All of your facial features releasing, relaxing, letting go. Let go everything, hold nothing. Become a witness to the breath as the breath breathes you. Become a witness to the breath. Shavasana. Take a soft, smooth, peaceful inhalation and a longer, smooth, peaceful exhalation. Move your toes, move your nose. Bend your legs, place your feet on the floor with your knees together, feet apart. Take your hands onto your abdomen or onto your chest. When you feel ready, extend your right arm past your right ear, roll to the right side. Of course, if you want to go to the left side, that's fine. When you feel ready, place your top hand on the floor in front of your heart, turn your torso towards the floor, push to come up. Come up chest first, head last. Come up to sitting. Cross your legs the opposite way you had them at the beginning of class. Bring your palms together. Draw your eyes back and down as you turn the corners of your lips up. Observing your practice. What's different? What's changed? And let's close our practice together by chanting one collective Om. Deep inhalation. Om. Gently let your eyelids open. Big smile. Namaste. Bow to the divine within you. Thank you, everybody. Thank everybody here. Thank everybody at home. Happy you are all here.
Thank you,
Have
John.
any questions? Let me know.
It was great.
Oh, good.
I've got a question, Jonathan.
Yes, Karen.